Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel Lazy Bay Designs. On this tutorials I'm going to teach you how to make this beautiful kimono jacket. Okay, so this jacket has the sleeves cut together with the main body. Right, so stay connected as we get started. So these are the materials I'll be using for the tutorials. My plain fabric for the edges, my ruler, tape measure, chalk, and then my fabric. There is my 2 yards of my flowered fabric. So what I did is I then folded my fabric into two. I folded my fabric into two and then folded it again, so making 4 folds, as you can see. After I folded my fabric into 4, the next thing I did is to cut out the neck line. So from the length of the neckline I marked 2 inches and the width is 3 inches. So I then connected the 2 points in a curved way and then I cut out. The next thing to do is to use the hip measurement to cut the jacket throughout. So the hip measurement is 42 divided by 4 will give me 10.5 plus 1.5 as the ease and then 1 inch as the sewing allowance, making 13 inches. So I marked out 13 inches throughout to the hem. Then the sleeves around arm, I marked from shoulder downwards, I marked 10 inches. Then I curved it to the underarm or to the bust area where I marked the 13 inches. Afterwards, I'll mark all the 13 inches downwards. So the 13 inches from the bust area to the waist area to the hip area and then to the hem of the jacket. Then I'll connect all the points with my straight line. Okay. After connecting the points, the next thing I did was to take the full length of my jacket. So the full length of the jacket is 59, from shoulder to the floor is 59 plus 1 inch as a sewing allowance, making 60 inches. So I marked it out and then cut out. So as you can see, I am using the tape measure to mark out all the 13 inches downwards. So I marked it out, then I connected all the points with my ruler in a straight line. Then I cut on the line marked. Allowance has already been added. Okay, so after cutting out, the next thing I did was to divide the sleeves into 2 where I placed on fold. Yes, I will divide it into 2 and then separate the front from the back. After separating the front from the back, I'll then go ahead and then shape the front neckline. Okay, so from the actual neckline that I cut out, I'll then bring the tape measure down about 5 inches, then mark out. Afterwards, I'll connect it to the point where the shoulder line starts from. Then I will cut out, so making a V shape. I'll then go ahead and divide the front into 2. I will divide the front into 2. The next thing to do after cutting out is to open the back pieces into 2, making sure the right side faces me. Then I'll place the right side of the front pieces, half the front pieces onto it, making sure the right side of each other faces each other. Then the side lines meet, the shoulder line also matches. I'll then place the other side of the front onto it, making sure the right side faces the right side of the back pieces. I'll then go ahead and then sew the shoulder line half an inch for one side and then half an inch for the other side. Great. After sewing the shoulder lines half an inch, the next thing to do is to go ahead and cut my band for the sleeves. I then measured the length of the band and I had 18 inches. So I picked out my plain fabric to cut my band pieces. Okay, so I cut 18 inches, 2, so 1 for the other sleeves as well, and then the width of about 3.5 inches. After cutting out, I realized one side, or it wasn't straight, the band wasn't straight, so I used my tape measure to measure all along 3.5 inches and then trimmed off the excess. Okay, so the next thing I did was to bring out my floral fabric and then place the band onto it and then sew. What I did was I placed the right side of the band onto the wrong side of the sleeves. The right side of the band onto the wrong side of the sleeves, then went ahead to sew 1/2 inch to the other side. Okay, so I will repeat the same thing on the other side. Place the right side of the band onto the wrong side of the sleeves and then sew 1/2 inch all along. So this is what I have after sewing 1/2 inch all along. The next thing I did was to turn to the right side and then bring the band onto the right side. I'll then fold in 1/2 inch and then fold it in again onto the right side of the sleeves and then top stitch. I will do the same thing for the other side as well. So this is what I have. The next thing I did was to open up the jacket. To open up the jacket, making sure the armhole part matches, the side and side also matches. Then I will go ahead and then sew the side and side 1 inch from the sleeves area to the underarm and then to the hem of the jacket. So this is what I have after sewing the side and side and then knitting as well. The next thing to do is to use my tape measure to go all round the jacket, and I had 130 inches. So I started from one end to the other side. Where my tape measure ended was 60 inches. Then I joined the other side or the other front line together. So 60 plus 60 will give me 120. And then I measured the rest from the shoulder line to the center back. I had 5 inches. So that is 5 inches by 2 will give me 10. So 120 by 10 is 130 inches. I then went ahead to cut my 130 inches on the plain fabric, that's the band. So I picked my pieces and folded it into 2 with a width of about 4 inches. When folded, I'll get 2 inches. Then cut a straight band. I'll be cutting like 4 or 5 of it. Then I will join all to get my 130 inches. So after cutting and then joining all the pieces together to get a straight pieces, what I did was to bring my to bring out my floral fabric or my jacket, and then folded the long pieces I cut or the long band I cut. I'll fold it into 2, then place it onto the right side of the jacket. I'll fold my long band into 2. That is, I'll make sure the wrong sides folds. So I'll be folding the wrong side into 2. Then I'll place the right side onto the right side of the jacket. Then go ahead and sew 1/2 inch all round from one end, coming all the way to the neck area, then to the other side of the jacket. So after sewing the band all round, I then knitted the 1/2 inch I sewed, then top stitched as well. So the next thing to do is to go ahead and finish the hem area of the jacket. I'll then go ahead and then knitting the hem area. Afterwards, I'll fold it 1 inch and top stitch. Then our jacket is almost ready. In fact, it's ready. So after finishing the hem of the jacket, this is what I have, looking so neat and nice. You go ahead and then press it to become more smoother. You can also put a pocket at the waist area like 2 pockets at the side and side, and then you add belts in addition. Okay, and also if you want to close the front part, you can just overlap it about 1/4 of an inch, and then you sew down. Yes, so from the shoulder down, you can measure like 10 inches, then you overlap it and then sew down. You can as well leave a space for easy movement. So this is how it looks on our dummy, a sleeves cut together with the main jacket. Thank you all for watching my videos, and please, if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, kindly do so and then press the notification bell to notify you anytime I upload any video. See you all in our next video. Bye.